AVEXIR faces Void.
All different in that EG played the Naga as support.
I think this is a support, yeah.
They ran as support earlier. I say earlier, it was yesterday.
Because Arteezy is the Lycan player and he's the Naga player too.
You also don't... Lycan with Naga, it seems like Lycan's a hero that wants to play faster, push buildings. Naga wants to play slower, doesn't care about pushing.
Unless you're a support Naga that buys Mech and Aghanim's, then you fit into the Lycan playstyle, yeah.
That works.
Or Mech, Solar Crest, just whatever you need to help the team.
Support items. It was, I want to say, Zai playing the Naga yesterday.
So that's the damage into the Chrono and some combination with...
Good mid matchup, they will put Sumail mid on it. If you pick an Ember, if you pick a hero that Shaker can pummel, be prepared for that mid Shaker, and that's exactly what EG did yesterday against, I want to say, it was against Infamous. Kamada was playing the mid Ember Spirit in that game.
They have a lot of, this is probably the Sumail hero.
Well, again, it's that flexibility, you know, if they pick a mid hero, they had this exact duo, Shaker, Mirana.
This could be their offlane hero too, right?
They did the Mirana offlane. If the Shaker has
because Naga is
they
very...
will put Sumail mid on it. If you pick
anything you have a
pick a hero that Shaker can
Rubik Luna is like, not, it's not like weak, but it's not like super strong. It's okay. Somewhere in between. If they think that they can pressure the lane, maybe they would consider doing that, but it depends on the mid matchup.
Interesting they ban the Nature's Prophet. I mean, at this point, if you're Fnatic, you just have no idea what the role of some of these heroes are. Like, is this Naga core, support,
yeah, because they're thinking of heroes that like... Because Naga is very powerful at level 1, so if anything you have a weak lane, Rubik... heroes that can have a lot of summons. Still Brood, right? But yeah.
I mean, if we're talking about the Mirana Shaker as cores, then we are looking at a support last pick for Grit, presumably. But there is flexibility. We could see that.
EG's turn to pick.
And what and where do these heroes go in terms of lanes and farm distribution. And even after they've picked all 5, you sometimes still don't know. That's the beauty of it. That's how they kind of take away the advantage. Because Fnatic have last pick of the overall draft. So if Fnatic have an edge in the draft by getting to see the entire draft and pick their final pick, EG, though, have heroes that they can suddenly say, well, no, we're actually going to do something different despite not having that final pick of the draft. So they kind of take away that last pick advantage by doing these flex picks.
That is like a good point. Still a good point, but still having the overall last pick still definitely in a lot of ways that you can still pick a last pick that's very hard to deal with. Like regardless of how you change your lanes.
They'll get this support, so it will be the Shaker Mirana cores. Presumably, Naga I guess could be a core, but you expect Shaker Mirana to be the mid and the off laner.
Yeah, I guess the one that makes the most sense, so I think the best is that. The Naga position 4, Disruptor position 5, or Shaker off lane, Mirana mid. Yeah. Then you have that combo setup, Naga plus Disruptor. Very strong. We saw TNC use it in this event. Then we have OG that likes to use it a lot, Naga Disruptor. Pretty much like the strongest, one of the strongest combos with Naga. When you get Aghanim on the Disruptor, pretty much easy team fight. You get a good song off. So how does Fnatic react to this? They're, I think, pretty much going to be Void off lane, Luna carry, unless they're going to do some mid Void, which I'm not a big fan of.
Need Cures hero. Perhaps some damage with the Cronus hero, though they have got some potential Luna Eclipse or right clicks in position well.
Sky off mage,
what would be the QO pick here?
He always he plays with PA, PL, all those kind of heroes. Timbersaw, yeah, this is a QO hero. This is a QO hero. Timbersaw is good against the Lycan.
And Sumail does pick up the Shaker, so he wants the mid lane, the melee versus melee matchup. The Mirana will likely be Universe's hero for off lane. This is the same laning setup they did run yesterday. I'm trying to think,
how does Timber, even though it's a strength hero, does Timber actually do really well? Because Earthshaker against melee is also very strong with the enchant. But I guess in the end, Timber is still gonna have
once he gets like a couple points in reactive armor, Timber should be fine. It's more that maybe level 1, level 2 where Shaker can.
Then it's gonna be down to the position 4s again, like the Night Stalker against the Naga, like who's going to be able to.
In my mind, Night Stalker wins most of the battles of position 4s at mid lane.
They're both like high armor, but Night Stalker has the regen.
Yep.
The more regen.
Well, they're high armor, but it's more like they're going to be harassing the mids too. Like QO has regen, he's got high armor as well, so he's not as worried about the Naga. Whereas Shaker getting harassed, he's perhaps a bit more vulnerable.
There's so much nighttime things going on here. Night Stalker Luna, then there's the Lycan.
We're actually seeing this quite a bit where the Lycan is picked up kind of as a counter to the Night Stalker opener, where it's like, you pick Night Stalker, it's going to be nighttime, great, we're going to take Lycan. Lycan's a good hero regardless, and now it's nighttime, even better.
And the Rubik steals your house. Actually legit, this game.
Yeah?
Actually legit. Because of the night things.
What a...
like darkness, night phase,
There's a Fissure to steal this game.
It's actually a really good Rubik.
Glimpse, static.
Yeah,
There's a
lot of good spells here for this game. See if Rubik DJ comes up big this time, so Fabi's gonna TP out. It's gonna want to get a deep ward down. Not that deep, but this is a pretty good ward for the offlaner in most cases. You are gonna want to see if the Naga's coming back, because if Naga has an early point in Ensnare, they have a very good chance of killing the Void in the lane. Ensnare and the Disruptor. So let's see. They read it. They actually, they saw him walk past just now.
Walk back, so
they more or less feel like it's going to be either around the bounty area or this spot.
Yeah, so they can de-ward either spot since they knew where he walked. And Febi actually messed up. He TP'd to the tower instead of the shrine, so he actually was very late.
Okay, I didn't notice that. No wonder. Yeah. No wonder they were in time. So right now, RTZ is down here. So what are they thinking? Why is the Lycan here? Are they trying to
lane?
Wait, are they trying to
expecting a Luna aggro, like Luna Rubik aggro tri-lane? Or they see, right? They have this ward. They do see Timbersaw and not...
Isn't Lycan... I think Lycan's fine though against Void.
He's going back top now.
Maybe he was thinking the Luna might come aggro lane.
Exactly. Yeah. They were expecting the aggro lane, they realize it's not, so now they're back to the expected.
Yeah. You're right. Because previously the Night Stalker came in and put quite a ward to help out the laning phase, so maybe they were thinking, oh, they might come aggro because they are having this kind of wards here. So fairly reasonable, and their lanes are quite strong. Night Stalker, Rubik and Luna. If you put these three together,
definitely the lane I'm looking forward to watching is going to be this QO versus Sumail mid matchup, battle of the flashy mids. A kind of unconventional matchup, but a matchup where they're going to be getting in each other's face quite a lot. Melee on melee, Timber versus Earthshaker. Would be quite the lane.
Bottom lane, so Fnatic have decided to have 3 heroes down here to deal with the pressure of the... This lane is very strong, Mirana plus Naga Siren. Very, very strong. So they decided that they need 3 here, and QO is going to be alone against the Shaker, and Void should be fine top lane against the Lycan plus Disruptor melee hero.
I would imagine Timber will be just fine against the Shaker.
Void should be able to get quite a good amount of farm and XP from this lane.
Against the dual lane. He got pulled extra Tangos and started with a 4-man shield.
He got pulled?
He had 6 Tangos with the 4-man shield. Yeah. That's I guess they knew he'd be up against a dual lane, so even just having 2 extra Tangos could make a big difference.
Such is life, you know.
Off lane is no longer the sacrificial lane. You're a carry lane.
I mean, if you're a Void, sure.
Right now, CS-wise, you can see pretty even. Timbersaw with a very slight edge. Luna maybe so slightly ahead of Lycan, but all lanes being very hotly contested. DJ does push forward here at bottom.
The Night Phase is gonna
lift into the tower. They get the arrow onto the Luna, but the lift is there, and Zai okay with his life. Good bait from DJ. He knew that the aggression was coming and waited till they were close.
Yeah, he didn't lift right away. He was just waiting for the right moment until EG committed 100%, so he could have lift him to the tower and get that few shots.
Always have to be careful against the Rubik. Even if you're outside of tower range, like you can get pulled in and brought down, as we just saw.
So
Hayo's got the orb of venom. He's bullying Arteezy. This top lane is...
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, but once Lycan gets his points in, I always talk about this, the Feral Impulse, then the lane is Richie.
That level 3, that second point is
DJ gonna go down here. The pressure is still very heavy from the Mirana Naga. A lot of kill potential. I think Fnatic, you wanna wait for Night Phase. Once your Night Phase kicks in, then the Night Stalker can maybe be... But then the same thing can be said for EG. Then the Hull will be able to give double HP to the other lanes or higher. In trouble, no time lock. He tried to go for the kill on crit, but the Hull
Looks like they may be considering a kill onto Zai's Naga Siren. Fnatic. They get arrowed up. One more right click.
That arrow was important. If Night Stalker was
able... Oh, mid lane QO. Very, very low here. Has the sick charge. He's trying to bait Sumail. Sumail with a bottle. Heals himself back up. I mentioned how exciting this mid lane can be.
This lane is actually very contested.
They're both going to be low health constantly. They're both farming well. They're both farming on low health often. And Timbersaul's a hero that really relies on those reactive charges if you can't get them. Could be in some trouble. Sumail's looking for the kill.
Yes, stick charges. He's fine. He's fine.
QO wants back in. Sumail hoping for a 4-minute rune, you could imagine. Bottom lane, DJ again being gone on the lift into arrow combo. They've got another kill on him, but will they pay the price? It does certainly look like it. Zai going to go down. The cost to this one. And Crit TPing mid, refilling the bottle. Good selfless play coming in from the Disruptor, who had to make, I believe after getting the kill top, he just had to make a fountain trip. So helping ensure mid lane goes well.
Oh, very close. If he was able to get another enchant, the QO would be in trouble.
Even there, he got another totem off and gets him down low, but 15 reactive charges giving him 22 armor. QO will salve up. It is almost dead even between these two mids. 3 CS lead for Sumail. Febby getting low here at the bottom rune.
Okay, so nighttime kicks in. Let's see if the Night Stalker or the Lycan can actually give his team the bigger advantage in the laning phase.
Yep.
The How right now is 200 extra HP, so that's a huge deal. So we'll see how they try to make it help the other lanes.
Feels like this mid lane stabilized. Like Timber can't really be killed now that he's got level 3 reactive. Shaker's not really. Maybe at level 6.
I think
we'll
level
see.
6. Yeah, level 6 is possible.
Would need a Night Stalker rotation, I imagine, and it will be a Night Stalker TP mid. Just level 2 on Febby though.
Level 3 soon.
3 soon. He may look to lead some experience. Now he's gonna actually swing back towards bottom.
He just wants to place a ward right now. So where's the new ward for EG? Oh, they place it on the safe lane. They place an extra ward there. So wanting to secure the Lycan's lane. The Lycan is like pretty much okay now. Like I said, level 5 is the point where you can't really do much to the Lycan anymore if he goes for the 3 points in the Pharaoh Impulse. As an offlaner, you basically can't stop him from farming. Too much regen, you can't trade. So the Void has decided to move around, try to control.
Lane, Echo Slam, QO and Sumail going head to head. The Echo was not quite enough. QO had the raindrop.
Yeah.
Help save his life, and QO barely survived. Sumail also getting very low. Both mids do have shrines to play around.
Raindrops. They're just basically
they're just
doing
throwing
the same
spells
thing.
at each other. It's like they're in a gladiator arena, just like, oh, I'm gonna punch you, I'm gonna punch you back. Oh, we're both alive still. Nobody actually wins.
but Sumail has How, so it's definitely gonna be harder to kill.
That was likely coming into play on that one.
Time is
200 HP, bro.
Well,
so 6-minute rune. Febby's gonna be able to get a haste.
It's not bad. And big thing here is just keep denying these runes from the Shaker. That's where the playmaking comes in. Febby though, very under-leveled still because of this tri-lane down bottom. He's only level 2. We see this often sometimes with his
arrow. How damage? Okay, kill.
I feel like Febby often sacrifices himself too much for the team. He's level 2, 6.5 minutes in. It is nighttime and you want to be active, but you also want to be like level 3, level 4 when you start making those moves.
Here comes Crit. Crit's moving towards the mid lane.
As does the Night Stalker. Crit is actually going to drop a ward, and Febby should be able to get this kill.
He has a TP though. He killed the tree. Okay, unintentionally, of course.
That's you know, that's things happen. Dota can be a very comical game.
I don't think he didn't mean to, like, it's just like it's definitely unintentional.
Now getting low, but likely kind of just debate out some spells here, and does have the shrine to fall back to. So I believe that is phase boots picked up, wanting that movement speed burst against the Chakram slow, and just to get away and getting close for a nice totem stun.
It's the burst as well with the damage. Yeah. It's quite strong. I think I personally kind of like
Universe is here. They want to kill QO, but he doesn't get the first totem. If he hit that stun, there would have been an arrow to follow it up.
I personally like the phase boots as well. Like, I know most of the players go the threats.
Yeah, you get more. You get good damage with the totem,
and then you have the talent as well. So on top of that, so you become really tanky.
Smel's not about surviving. He wants the
If
kills.
I kill you first, why do I need to survive?
Yeah. Very much the Sumail approach. Ahai's level 6 now on Void.
Yep.
Not necessarily going to be able to get kills on his own. He may look to team up.
Okay, it's daytime, so...
He really wants to take the by the way. First kill at bottom, they get one. The return from Argent. He's got an Eclipse here. What can he find with the Naga Illusions? Probably not a whole lot. Sumail solo kill onto QO mid.
Double damage. She had double damage.
Yeah, double damage with an Echo Slam. Talk about the danger of that room when he picked it up. Finds. We look away for 1 second. I've been watching this mid lane so closely, and imagine QO may have not been expecting the Echo to come back up already, but that was a good solo kill and puts
Radiant's middle
strong
tower
position.
is under attack.
So pretty much, I think we can consider all the lanes really good. What, destroyed?
RTC building Pipe of Insight. Is this his eternal envy call out?
Who?
Envy loves his pipe, you know.
Where? Who's building pipe?
TZ jokes. You see the chat.
Oh, like I got so confused when you said that. I'm like, huh?
No.
Dire's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Alluding to the fact that Envy loves to
It
build
looks
the
like
item and just
Dire
built Pipe
fortified
of
their
Insight on
structures.
who was he playing in that last game? Some unconventional
Someone
hero he got
better
Pipe
help
on.
Dire's middle tower.
Get pipe on.
He loves Hood and Pipe. I mean, it's a super value item, but it's the survivability item. He's a player who has the approach where he wants to survive more than he wants to kill his enemies.
Because if I'm alive, I can do damage. Whereas for Sumail, if I kill you first, it doesn't matter.
Two very different mindsets, both with their own merits. How important is it for Ahai to actively look to use this Chrono right now? Or
Yeah, he's the only person that can make something happen right now. He needs to try and... You know, it's like not only sometimes waiting for a team to set up something, like it's also about taking initiative to try and put yourself in a position where the Chrono can be usable. Right now, he's like more I feel like waiting to react to something happening. He's been holding his TPs for a long time. He hasn't been moving to other lanes.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
I think a Chrono on the Luna's lane with Eclipse is just pretty much going to be killed, or even the Timber's lane.
QO knows he might be in some trouble. He does spot Zion with the
Radiant's
sentry
middle
ward
tower
though, and
could use some help.
chains away from the Earthshaker who was coming in to
The prize is
look
mine.
to bring him down. QO just chasing that Naga out of his lane. His mid lane looking very dangerous. He's a bit lowish on health and doesn't have the reactive up for the time being.
Still, like from the laning phase, first 10 minutes, EG definitely going to be very happy about the outcome. And here finally comes the Void. He's going to want to use his first Chrono with his team. There won't be nighttime for another minute and 20, and Bambi is still not level 6, so he won't have his Darkness available.
They want to go bottom because this is the tower +1. They want the kill +1. They want the kill and the tower.
They could have actually gone mid.
Oh, EG are ready for this. They actually TP like and
did they
smoke
scan?
themselves. I think so. No, he didn't see or hear a scan. Void is ready for this one. EG are trying to go on the Luna, but they may pay the price. Febby pops out. Oh no, here comes the Chrono. RTZ barely outside of it. Throws the Howl to try and help Universe out. Universe very tanky with the Treads Bracer.
Oh, the Static Storm.
Argit could knock it off the Eclipse. He's going to get brought back now by Eclipse. May need to just throw that Eclipse, but there's just too many targets to go on. He's going to hold the ultimate, and EG bring 5 bottom. Kill 2.
Well read. Like, you see all these movements all the time. The carry moving to the opposing carry's lane to try and create a situation, but maybe EG already understood that Void's not in the lane for some time.
Dire's middle
So,
tower is under attack.
very likely going to bottom.
Into Arrow. Uh-oh. They've got the totem, and there should be enough damage. There's the root. The Echo Sign being used as well. They want to get QO. He's not going to be able to out-heal it, and that is another big kill going EG's way. QO has, at this point, well and truly lost the mid lane matchup, even though he's farmed decently. The deaths going Sumail's way have led to a 12-minute Blink Dagger,
Radiant's middle
more
tower
or less.
shouldn't have to take
Second
this
night phase
abuse.
kicks in, but the night phase feels like the Lycan can do more to me.
Yeah.
Because of the Howl.
Radiant's middle
He's
tower
helping them
is
so
under
much with the
attack.
Howl. Like Night Stalker,
Dire's top
very difficult
tower
for
is
him to
under
kill.
attack.
He's got a 200 HP heal boost.
Are those
Dude, it's not
cracks
only
in
heal boost,
Dire's
it's
top
damage.
tower?
You get damage.
Rip Chen.
Haste.
Level 2 Howl better than Chen level 1 ult.
Oh, isn't the Isn't the level 1 out better now? They buffed it
They
slightly.
buffed it by like 25, right?
just
225.
just so it's better than the half.
Yeah, just so, well, better than level 2 how. What about level 3 how? Bottom lane, Lycan gonna get a kill on the Void. That was with the Disruptor's aid. As QO trying to finish off this mid tower. Here come EG Disruptor.
Not
The
much
potential
good is
static
happening to
storm.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Wants this kill.
Radiant
QO.
structures have
Needs to be
been
careful. There's a
smoke
blink shaker. I don't know. Oh, he doesn't actually have the blink yet, but the static storm. Mail's there as well.
You're so cocky, Kyo.
He's not actually dead just yet. Oh, he gets glimpsed back up as he timber
You're
chains.
so cocky. Dude,
That's QO's playstyle.
you see a disruptor and he didn't even think
He
like,
ran forward,
and he
yeah.
ran forward. He didn't think that they were trying to kill him. He actually did not think they were trying to kill him.
Fnatic find themselves in a lot of trouble. They are bleeding kill after kill right now as EG find towers to go with these pickoffs.
They're beating
Lycan was
on
able
Dire's
to
top
push down the
tower.
bottom lane. Fnatic
Radiant's
trying to
bottom
respond up
towers have
top.
problems.
Their first efforts at bottom did not succeed with their smoke, and unfortunately for them,
Are
Lycan
those cracks in
already at
Dire's
the
top
tier
tower?
2.
Oh, bot lane. Kyo might be in trouble again. Sumo has a dagger.
They're gonna see him
Oh.
and be like, "Oh, QO, you want to
Radiant's
come back?
tower
Hey.
needs some
We'll
help.
maybe kill you again. I'll
They're
shake her.
beating on
I'm gonna
Dire's
rotate
top
just
tower.
yet."
He might be
Top
waiting
tower
for
has
Echo.
fallen.
Echo is up in 15 seconds.
Doesn't spot perhaps the
Radiant's
rest of
middle tower
Fnatic's
shouldn't have to
lineup who
take
have
this
smoke
abuse.
towards this mid lane. This may be on the chopping block. At least that's the target Fnatic want to go, and he's quite tinky with this Treads Drums build. He's already
Radiant's
taken the tower.
middle tower down.
Chronosphere does barely catch him mid-lead. They'll make sure they get the one kill. QO says, "I'll
Still,
take that one."
That's not too bad for EG. They got the tower and they lost position 3 with Eclipse, Chronosphere. I think it's more it's more EG favored than anything. They got the tower and they traded 2 big ultimates. And right now, let's see what can EG do here. They have a level 2 Necrobook. Can they push down any more towers? They should be able to pressure a tower right away.
QO. Don't do it, QO. Don't do it. He doesn't have reactive
going on?
armor up.
Yes, Vanguard though.
Yeah.
I think they need one more hero here to kill. Okay.
Ghostland, that's a lot of creeps. The arrow is there. There's the +1.
There's a +1, +2, +3.
Yeah. Whole team rocks up, you know.
It's Kyo.
Got 5-man here. They'll take down QO. He's the big playmaker. They know it. Arjit's found as well, and with the Mask of Madness for the extra movement speed, he will lose some of his
Look
armor.
at the damage.
Luckily, Rubik is there. Deals the shapeshift
Yes,
after he leaps. Limps back, he's still very fast. DJ, the little baby Lycan, locked in place by the ensnare, and they will kill him, but he saves the Luna in the process. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Fairby, oh, that was close. Sumail almost gets a solo kill on the support Night Stalker as EG take the tower. It just feels like EG are having their way with Fnatic right now, fighting kills, getting away from ganks, and getting towers to go with it. The higher, Static Storm is available. They'll snare him up. Arrow is there. They don't need the Static Storm. Sumail secures the kill.
There's so much synergy between their heroes, yeah. Like so easy to set up. Naga, Mirana, Ashik, like so many stuns. There's no getting out of that.
Not so
In
fast.
fact, they're starting to spam the chat will really suggest EG know they're on a roll
If
and
Fnatic
in
are not
control.
going to win the clash, like the 5v5, they can't split farm because it's so easy for them to catch. It's very difficult to play. Like they have to use their Chrono and Luna ultimate and to get more than 1 kill. If they get 1 kill, a pick off, and nothing happens after that, it's going to be very bad for them.
Fnatic are truly in trouble. They need at least a win out of these one of these 2 games against EG to stand a chance of making it the main
Radiant
event.
fortified their structures.
Even then, relying on Infamous losing their final series. But now game 1 is looking very tough. QO trying to chase back some Necrobooks. Damn it, I'm like, he's chasing. I'm like, can they actually just kill him here? I don't know if EG realize he's alone.
No, they have a ward here.
Yeah.
They see the Luna, they see the Void.
He's tanky with this Vanguard
Oh, they
pickup,
know
so-
the Void was nearby because he walked past this Void, yeah.
The rest of Fnatic in the jungle standing on a ward as well, so EG's vision control giving them full info as to what is going on right now. I could imagine EG. Level 3 Necrobook back up, Shapeshift online. They may just look to smoke, fight, take Roshan. There are so many different things they can do, all of which will lead to increasing their lead over Fnatic right now. Fnatic, they need to get a good team fight themselves. The Chrono, the Eclipse, get these ultimates working in tandem. Looks like, I mean, Arjit really needs his level 2 ultimate, I feel, to pretty big boost in the damage output of Eclipse when you can get that level 12. Quite there though.
Things are not looking good for Fnatic. They pop the darkness. They're gonna try to make a play here with the Chrono up and the Luna. Like I said, they need to put all their big spells together.
You see them, they're sitting right on top of another Dire Ward.
Oh no, he put the sentry.
Oh. What do EG want to do? Do they try and defend? It looks like they are just going to go bottom. If anything, the Lycan is going to push a whole lot faster, but they say no, forget bottom, they're smoking.
Oh no. You think that there's no wards here, they get the void, the fight is over.
Yep, and they see him. He is standing right on top of a ward.
Leading on Dire's top tower.
Necrobook is summoned. They likely want to find Ahayo here. The pings are coming out. Ahayo will not get hit by the arrow. Gets the time walk away. Ahayo alive for now, but he gets mana burn. He is not going to escape this one. The sleep is being used. No escape. And whoa, Echo Slam on 3. EG hit the perfect team fight. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's an impressive showing of team fight prowess from the boys in blue, but it was made easy by this observer. They saw absolutely everything, knew where the void was. He even managed to get the initial time walk away after the arrow scouted him.
Into the Lycan?
Yeah, exactly. Into a Lycan Necrobook that just chewed him up. And EG wipe Fnatic, secure Roshan.
You know what they say usually? If you don't find the ward, you can never be sure that there's no vision. You put a sentry down and you don't see the ward sometimes, you can never feel safe.
I mean, that sentry didn't really feel like it was to find a ward. It was like to scout an invis here.
Oh, I guess it's just for the moonlight.
Yeah,
they weren't trying to. Yeah, you go right. They weren't trying to find this ward.
We know there's a ward. Obviously, Fnatic did not. In hindsight, they're probably maybe going to be second guessing that fight and the vision factor.
Yeah, because if you think about this ward, right, that EG plays, like you generally place this on the Radiant side.
Always go from Sumail with the Euros. Totem, Fissure into Yules into another totem. He's now invis up, and DJ doesn't have detection, nor does Febby, that Moonlight Shadow, enabling Sumail just to play around, not to mention the Aegis.
Here comes Creep.
Yeah, here's the pick-up hero. Qo's just going to go in looking for the kill, forcing out a glimpse. Ayo.
Oh, he missed the dilation.
Bryn's still in trouble, gets jumped on by the Time Walk. EG may just look to fight this one. Sumail has got the Aegis if he wants to get aggressive. The Howl coming out a bit low on mana though is this Shaker.
Fissure, but no mana.
Lycan is here though. Arrow not going to land, but I don't think that matters. OTZ should be able to clean them up. Nice defensive chrono, but it's just that. It's a defensive chrono. Going to help bring down the Aegis here, but Qo out of mana from the Necrobook. Could be in some trouble here. Has a lot of reactive armor, but he gets stunned up. Magic damage will definitely be enough to bring him down. He won't even need the proper control. Straightforward kills as Universe gets himself a mega kill streak. 9, 1, and 7 on the Mirana. The entire EG lineup, all 3 cores, topping the net worth here. And looking to seal the deal here in game.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom
Still haven't
tower.
seen a big chrono into, at least a 2-man chrono into the Eclipse. Still hasn't happened for him. I think that's the best way for him to win a fight.
Radiant's bottom tower
They need to be able to somehow use the Stalker. The Stalker has to give vision, like scout, or if you have to die for the team during the fight, you have to do it and allow the Void to get the chrono. Otherwise, I don't see them winning a fight at all. Like, there's no way at this point.
Well,
2-man chrono, I'm not even sure if that's enough now. Because if you don't get the Naga, then he's just gonna song and.
We saw that last top 5, not for the chrono, but just the Eclipse gets thrown out, instantly sleep, and the sleep set up the Disruptor ultimate and the Echo Slam.
Yeah, and he has Mech now, who's very farmed on the support. Gonna be able to repair some of the damage. I guess if he's able to get a Mech and a pipe, like Grease pipe, super hard for Fnatic to do damage. Because they're gonna rely on the Luna Eclipse the most, right?
Light Shadow being used is spotted as Arteezy just farms up and pushes the mid lane. EG perhaps knowing slightly where Fnatic are. Qo going to chain himself forward here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Radiant
attack.
sentries. Qo goes right into Crit here. Crit needs to make a decision. Did not get the glimpse off as he got silenced. Could be in some trouble. Waiting for that silence to wear off. The Howl going to help keep him alive, and Qo could be in trouble. Ensnare, Arrow starts not to follow it up. He's getting very low here. The damage is not quite going to be there, but he's glimpsed back. Perfect kill off to the side. Sumail killing off Febby. The Shrine gonna not really do a whole lot for him as it is 3 EG kills, and
3 AG kills plus 300 HP at from How. That's why the Disruptor did not die there.
Yep. That's even, yeah, that's a level 3 How.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Poor Cure.
It's been a rough game for him. Playing mid lane
Radiant's middle
in
tower
what is a
has fallen.
close winnable matchup, but then there's a Howl. It's just like, that's just not fair.
This is so annoying, man. A Night Stalker, you're supposed to be able to kill stuff at night, and then there's How.
Yeah. Great way of playing against it, and I just feel like this is becoming a trend in the meta here. Like, if your first Night Stalker is considered probably the most desired 4-position hero right now, but when Lycan's in the pool, it is one of the best first 2 picks as a counter to it.
But then again, if the early game wasn't so bad, maybe I don't know. You just feel like it's not only because of the Lycan pick; it's because the early game was bad for the Night Stalker too. That's why it felt hard.
Well, Fnatic 4-man smoke. This well and truly feels like a last hurrah in some ways.
Can they get the
scan? They're gonna walk into this scan in just a second.
Can they get the big
tower
chrono?
is under attack.
Being revealed. They have an idea of where they are. They're hiding in the trees. Sumail needs to not get spotted here. Does look like he is evading. No, they're pinging them now. Sumail blinks out. Whoa! Solo Chronosphere. Luna walks
Luna
in.
to the chrono.
Can they save Sumail? He's got a Yule Scepter. He's got a regen rune as well. Needs to force out and use this to the sleep.
The silence, the Disruptor.
There we go, catches the 2 on the side. Ahayo's Void is trapped. He may not have a Chronosphere, but he cannot do anything here. The Echo Sign gonna help get the first couple of kills in EG. They're all full HP. Not a single kill for Fnatic in these last couple of team fights. As Duo will get taken out as well, and is GG. Team wipe as Sumail will clean up the last one. Great execution. The Naga countering the Void, just perfection there. Baiting countless spells. PG take a dominant game. 24 minutes, 30 to 4. It doesn't get much cleaner than that.
Come in, there goes at least your first one. They're going sticky napalm as the first level. Luna's able to connect over on GH. So they'll remove 2/3 of his life.
Good harass.
But that's all.
Oh, this is an interesting item build from the Night Stalker, by the way. Well, most of the buy boots and we do have a Brood versus Invoker in mid.
We do. Good luck, mid one. Wait, Puppy can actually get this. With the help of Roshan, GH is between a rock and a hard place now.
He has sticks.
Oh, Roshan turns around him, you're right. 4 stick charges. Poppy's still going to try and force him. Like, his clarity's up. He'll burn his clarity straight away. He thought maybe he'd try and deny himself up to Ancients. GH is almost baiting him in. It's like, come on, you think I'm going to deny myself? Another clarity, Puppy. He's got a Luminate available. Keep the range harassment going if he guesses the angle right, and GH knows it. That's why he puts down the Observer Ward. So he knows exactly what Puppy is up to. What is this chase? Top lane, MP's being forced back underneath the tower. The Orb's only going to hit the wave up there, but finally GH will move back past the tier 2 tower. Puppy, the man on the horse, is now 1 out.
That's some of the clowniest stuff I've seen this tournament, I think. That was so weird. They effectively waste each other's time, so there's like no net gain for either team. I don't know who I would say this favors most, that he goes back to base here in the Night Stalker. I guess he has to like TP. Nice 50 gold reward there. But the Caudal at least not finding any space or any levels from that, and had to use all his mana. I guess that's the thing. He used both clarities. Alright, I want to have a look at mid right now, because this is when mid gets scary. Matumba Man has hit level 3 and he's starting to build an army, and mid 1 is starting to...
Die.
Yeah, starting to get upset.
At least he has a sentry ward down.
Yes, that is a requirement to even stand the remotely, that's not a word, but to even remotely stand a chance in this lane, you need to absolutely have a sentry. But
the issue is his Tornado doesn't do enough damage, so Matubama just runs in, gets the spiders in front of him, blocks him up, and he's trying to get up the ramp. Mid one's so low, there's no spawn spinelings, there's not enough mana. He tries to GG branch his way around. Actually, was that Matumba's or mid one's? I don't know if he tried to consume it. Yeah, it was Matumba's. He body blocked him with the GG branch.
Nice play top from Secret though.
MP able to get the kill on both GH and Mind Control underneath the tower.
Yeah, this is big for Secret that this lane goes well because this mid is going to be a problem. But when they manage to get this double kill on their Bristle top with both the Night Stalker and the Puck dying, they make sure that Bristleback gets to have a good game here, and then they can maybe use him again on Brood duty later. If he's doing well in his other lane, he can solve this problem later, perhaps. Bottom lane, we do have the Miracle off lane Lifestealer against Kezu's safe lane Batrider, and that is actually still going to favor the Lifestealer. It's just a good matchup overall. Kezu will get a lot of farm here with the Firefly on the stack.
Unless Miracle tries to contest it, Yapsol's going to burn off a little bit of the mana and keep Miracle down the hillside.
Stopped him a bit there.
Yeah.
This lane starts getting especially scary for the Batrider when the Lifestealer gets Phase and Orb of Venom, because then you actually just run at the Batrider the whole time and pressure him. So the reason they're keeping Clockwork down here this much is that they need to secure that.
Kuro's going to rip in through the rear. Tornado doesn't control enough, and well, there's no point up in Shackles just yet. He's got the extra point, but because of the cold snap and the tower damage, mid one will get the kill on the support of Kuro.
This middle tower shouldn't have to...
Wondering where that second level was, if he was trying to work out if he needed Shock or Shackle.
I'm surprised he even skilled Hex level 1. I don't...
Bristleback's dead on top. He can't escape from this. Mind Control's got to be careful as well. Or maybe he can. Salves up in the tree lines. GH already has 4 Quill Spray stacks on him. Make that 5 now. Gets the Void onto MP, but yeah, MP.
This is the Night Stalker dream. Nighttime with level 1. He's actually slower than Bristle. MP's trying to run him down. He could kill him here.
If he can keep the sprays
he didn't get level 2 from the
Mind Control's coming in as well. Thanks to the Observer Ward, MP knew exactly what he was up against, and GH will die. MP now has his 3rd kill of the off lane.
So he did say going into the game that Night Stalker isn't GH's necessarily like most known hero. But this is not good. And that's not because he can't play it by any means. It's just like the way things have flowed and the decisions that have been made have not really favored him very well. Now he's going to go here for MP.
Yeah, all forward from Mind Control. MP though,
good pressure.
He's got so much regeneration. When you just got the Soul Ring as well as the Ring of Regen, you're already at 6.7. That's without eating a Tango.
They forced the Shrine. It's going to Soul Ring probably and farm a camp here.
Mid lane again, Matumbaman moving forward. The battle for the invis in mid is just hilarious to watch. It's Sentry, and mid one's just holding on to the Shed Tango so we can like counter Sentry if Matumbaman drops his Sentry. But that's one way to do it. Send the army of Spiderlings forward, and then you take the Sentry off. And then the Sentry gets taken back from the Sentry. Sentry Wars.
Look at the damage, though. He just puts the medallion onto mid one and sent his spiders in. Look at the damage of that.
He's got spawn spinelings. No, he doesn't. Soul Ring's on cooldown.
Had Tornado.
It buys some space, but not enough. He can cold snap onto Matumbaman and allows Poppy to do something, but the spiders are still hunting under the tier 2 tower. Matumbaman doesn't care. Known as one of the funnest divers in the game. Now Yapsaw trapped in with spiders. Matumbaman can't get outside the cogs. At least the Illuminate's going to get rid of a couple of them. The Rocket does the rest. But Kuro's now in the mid lane with a 1/1/1 on him. An Invoker to return. Yapsaw's got no mana. He can't really fight this. All they can do is just try and intimidate them back off the lane. Look at that CS. It's 51-7 for the Matumbaman in the mid lane.
This is something that Brood can do that no other mid hero can do. It can farm the side camps in this triangle area while laning. It's very powerful to be able to do this. That's why his CS is going to shoot through the roof, and why he can safely build up an army of spiders. He can just retreat to this area for a little bit, get his army back up, and then head in toward mid. Here comes his army again, and now mid one will be in trouble again. He can't really cross the river, as it looks, honestly.
He's bringing Dust this time.
And that's another problem, man. The support duo of Secrets is not good at killing Brood. Clockwork is... You can't use battery assault, man. There's going to be spiders everywhere. You're just going to hit spiders all the time with the battery. And Coddle doesn't have any lockdown for the Brood to kill him. So it's like close to the perfect Brood game, this one.
That's a good observer ward. It's able to see GH. He's just trying to wrap around the back. Mid one, able to get the tornado into a cold snap, and Kezu's nearby, and they actually give it to Kezu. Not a bad thing, because he's going to bring him very close to his drums of endurance. Got some good levels on the Batrider. Is this the lane change up? Like, you give Yapsor now the bottom lane so he can get his level 6 and then eventually start like stealing kills. And then you put the Batrider into the mid to deal with the Broodmother. Stop the counter push, can burn up a lot of the spiders.
Where does Invoker go?
Bottom lane. Like, it's the only semi-safe place he can farm.
But you just put Clockwork there.
Yeah, but after Clockwork gets 6, you rotate him out.
Yeah. By the way, we didn't even talk about this, but mid one felt forced to blink Quaswex.
He had to push Miracle away, and then just TPs the Void. It's going to cancel it. Miracle, he's got stick charges, 1 charges in fact, allow him to get his mana back from everything that Yapsor burnt off, so that's an easy kill onto the tier 1 tower at the end of the first nighttime cycle.
Yeah, with the Invoker playing Quaswex, that's something we really should have talked about. Mid one always plays Quaswex Sword, but in this game he feels like he has to play Quaswex to at least stand a chance. That means he will have low farm.
Go embrace your former teammate, Kuro. Puppy is just standing there. Mid one will come to help out, and Kuro will go down. Mind control, throwing the orb, but it's too far away from Kezu. Even just safety wands in case.
It's going to be really interesting to see what mid one does here. I don't remember the last time he played Quaswex, so he's gonna... Quaswex generally goes for like phase boots into either Orchid or Force Staff. Maybe a Midas along the way is maybe a requirement actually.
Phase boots for him are on the courier.
Yeah, he's got those coming out. I think he's gonna go Midas next to try to like get farm in this game. The thing about Quaswex though is that it scales a lot slower than Quaswex Sword. And so the way Quaswex generally does well in the game is by finding kills and using something like the Drow Aura to amp you up so that you're strong. But they don't have that this game. If he went Quaswex Sword, I think he couldn't even lane mid. Like, at least this way he's getting something. He has 50 CS minute 9, which is actually pretty remarkable considering what he's up against.
Yep, but Mantubama's coming back. GH able to get the Void off. Mid one needs the movement speed, and well, he's got it for the moment. Kezu's on the way in. Nice tornado into the EMP. Kezu has his level 7, which means Lasso is up. Broodmother, he cannot drag him back close enough, but he has to keep the Firefly on. But Mantubama up the hill and almost away. Mid one, what would you give for a Sunstrike right now? Off Mantubama just to stick around. Oh, you do no damage. You're a Quaswex.
Yeah. That was a nice attempt from Kezu, though, coming in at a good time and getting that lasso off. When Brutus dusted, he moves pretty slowly in these webs since he loses those 20% move speed. So they were able to run at him, but not fast enough. GH saving him there with the Void on the Batrider. Taking him away. So,
MP has actually had the best time on this bottom lane. Like, he's forced Mind Control to burn Dream Call for no reason before. He's getting a lot of CS down here. He's building up on his items, and he is going to go for the Hood to start with extra life, sustainability.
Yeah, and haven't talked too much about the lifesteal. It's been a pretty quiet game apart from mid where a lot of the action has been happening, but lifesteal is going to go for a Midas here. Miracle is very close to that. And
maybe even talk about the supports too. Talk about the difference in the farm. It's a Keeper of the Light who has been really uncontested. He's just been pushing back the top lane.
Yeah.
After Bristleback left, Puppy's just been sitting in these 2 camps, stacking, farming, already has his Buckler up and running, and could look for something else as a saving item. I think he did this in the previous games where he went for a 4-star straight after the Frankles in 1 minute. Yeah, issues, Dream Call, Yapsor, Cogs will create a little bit of space. The Dream Call from Mind Control's holding him there. With the safety illuminate from Puppy flying over their shoulders, MP TPing in. They're gonna push and take this mid-tier 1 tower.
Full 5-man squad of Secret here to get this tower away from the Broodmother.
Yeah, Puppy's already left. He realizes he shouldn't be here as well. Up to top lane, keep the defense going. If he wants to recall someone up, he can do so. But that tier 1 tower goes the way of Team Secret.
Yep. Good rotations. It's expensive to bring 5 heroes there, but I still think it's worth it to get that Brood tower down. Open up the map, push that wave out of it. Give them more safety around their own jungle, so maybe Invoker can start catching up. Is going for that Midas, by the way. Almost has it, as a matter of fact. The recipe plus, wow, he's gonna get a 12-minute Midas on Quaswex against Brood. This is really impressive stuff from mid one.
It helps when he gets the last hit in the tower. Like, that injection of money has gone a long way.
He also has 90 CS.
To the, I guess he got 103 of Brood. He got a lot of Spiderlings.
He must have got a lot of Spiderlings in that mid fight. That gives him a lot of gold here. Very nice for him. That's the phase, or sorry, the Midas coming out just now. Yeah. Interesting to see for me, because I know this matchup is like unwinnable for Invoker. When you're Quasix Sword, it's just impossible. But I didn't know how well Quaswex actually fares. He's still losing the lane, but it's not as much as I thought he would, even as Quaswex. So
it's not going to restrict the scaling of mid ones Invoker.
No, he's just going to probably start building into Exord at this point with his Midas. He's going to get the levels in time. Might see him go for the experience gain talent now on 15, just to make sure he gets to peak at the right time instead of the Forge Spirit summoned.
It seems kind of funny. Like, you're going to get like the earlier items onto Team Secret that allow them to fight before you have them on Team Liquid. Like, Miracle's still trying to build himself into his armlet. He kind of needs that to fight. Losing Kuro is not going to help out either. Mid one claims his 3rd kill of the game. But you're going to have Bristleback with both a Hood and a Vanguard in the next minute.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem to bring down.
Yep.
We're also going to have a Brood Mother with Radiance in 10 seconds. So that helps. 13-minute Radiance for...
Have we just baby knighted this up now?
This is going to be the standard build for mid-broods that you'll see in this tournament, I think. Maybe plus minus the medallion. It depends on personal preference, I think. But the Radiance, it's just... Brood gets this the fastest in the game. Like, there's no contesting. Who can get a Radiance minute 13 this patch like this?
There's the hook shot. Yapsor. He had vision on Kuro, but it's the invisible Night Stalker with the life seal sitting inside of him, right on top of mid one. They get the silence off. Invoker cannot actually invoke up his Ghost Walk. Does he have enough time and life? He does not, even with the one charges. Yapsor will trap GH inside the cogs. He'll burn it by taking to the flight. As Yapsor open wounds in 3 seconds time. Hook shots down to Kezu. He's already back in the safety of the shrine.
Nice teamwork to get out of that one, but they still get the big kill. They got mid one, that's what they came for.
But they couldn't have expected the invis room from the Night Stalker.
No.
All of their vision is pretty defensive, looking for the invasion into their top area, where the Keeper of the Light was farming. And Puppey does have the defense. Kuro commits Mass Serpent Wards, but they just lost their wave. So these Mass Serpent Wards won't last long, and in fact already Kezu triggers the drum charge, trying to catch up to Kuro, who's already very, very low. He's got Shackles with Flame Break and Firefly on top of him. He needs one more sticky Napalm charge, and the tick from Flame Break, it's just worn off. So Kuro does still have the life. 3rd sticky Napalm charge up as for Tubberman. Well, he'll kill off Bristleback. The Clockwork Rocket will find that kill as well onto Kuro behind the tower. But with no tier 1 tower, it was already sitting at like 100 HP, but Tubberman just dove in after the Bristle. Difficult kill to get, but he got it.
Yeah, so Liquid just took 3 towers in a row there. Or actually, never mind, they didn't get the top one, but it was close. Brood, mid tower got denied by Bristle, but then he got killed. Mind Control took the bottom tower because no one was there, and this top tower is now low. And this is how a lot of Brood games go. Like, at some point you lose control. Unless you have that core matchup that just does so well. And
not much good's happening.
If you get the Blink Dagger on Kezu, then you're going to have that matchup doing well.
Then you have a way of catching the Brood. Yeah, the problem is this Brood is currently...
Okay, you catch the Night Stalker, that'll work. Tornado up, and GH. He was trying to snipe the Courier, who was chasing it before, and kind of hung around too long.
This is... I know I'm talking a lot about the Brood Mother, but this really is like the story of the game. When you pick Brood, it's a Brood game. Yeah. And look at his net worth, man. Just look at it.
9.6. What's his gold per minute? I'm like, hey, can you beat an Alchemist? Probably not. Dream Call catching out Puppey, so Keeper of the Light. Troublesome, but there's no follow-up damage. Once Ether Shock's already been used, now Mind Control on the run, has his Phase Shift and Orb, gonna try and get the distance. It goes into the tree line, maybe not as far away as he would have liked to. But luckily for him, Yapsor does not have his hook shot available.
A secondary thing to consider in this game as well, by the way, is the economy of the Radiant team. They have to buy so many sentries. That hurts supports. You can really feel it in some games that the supports are starved because of sentries. Fortunately, they have the Coddle to be able to do it. But look at Puppey. You were saying he was farming so much. His gold is going into sentries. He still has Tranquil Buckler minute 16, and I don't know if how much he's really progressing here.
He's got a Glimmer Cape.
Okay, he got a Glimmer Cape.
he was getting a lot of money.
It's very good for them that they have this type of hero that can farm as a support and get rid of these spiderlings, so Puppey can keep the economy flowing. You don't want to be buying sentries all game as Clockwork. Like, that would be really, really bad.
Mid one's actually killing so many spiderlings just from, like, Tornado. Like, they're being massively grouped up. Now, Infest pop out. You can say goodbye to Yapsor. silence, so he cannot cog, but Lifestealer and GH, they're in very, very deep. The EMP's down, so they run into this one. Everyone's bone dry mana. Miracle wants to escape. Broodmother now going to get clipped. Not really clipped, but then again, she cannot get down as long as she continues to take damage. Those webs won't work. They have to create space. Kuro does it with the massive more smack bang in the middle of the fight, but MP's in himself a double kill, looking for a triple on the GH, and Puppey denies himself to the neutral grips.
Oh my god, did you see that? He didn't run into the camp. The Satyr just poked its head out, just ran at him and clubbed him once on the top of the head and he got killed. I think he's very happy with that. He's probably going to die to the Night Stalker.
Well, after we see if Mind Control can escape from this, he's got some man. Phase shift, Orb is on cooldown for the moment. Here comes Batrider, a flame break, just trying to interrupt him for the moment. There goes your phase shift to Orb. They'll tend him down south, and he actually, well, he's actually dead. So
we're gonna
let's see the fight once more.
So this is a really good response from Team Secret here. This is the perfect way of playing it. They get the EMP in, so Matumba has no mana. He gets dragged up on the cliff by Kezu. They kill Miracle up here with the Bristle, I believe. He will eventually bring him down, I think, yeah. And at this point, this fight is really hard for Liquid because their highest net worth hero can't play. He's doing Radiance damage, but that's it. And now Puppey just barely surviving. But that was about the best fight Secret could have hoped for. That was really well done by them. The quick response to the kill on YapzOr, like you said, Liquid were in deep with the Night Stalker and the Lifestealer. And Secret very quickly brought over the rest of their lineup to take that fight, and everyone contributed exactly what they had there. So nice stuff from them. Bringing them back to a pretty even footing in this game, actually. It was starting to look bad for them, but that was a 3K swing on gold. Experience actually leading now.
And they're looking to go further ahead. A 4-man smoke up. The dive vision was too far south, so they did not see this. As the Blink Dagger Lasso. That's what they want to start this with. Kezu is the man, GH is the one they don't want. But I guess they'll take whatever they can get. So, Night Stalker, Mr. Plate Mail first, is going to get brought down by Team Secret.
I guess he's going to go for a Lotus Orb.
Yep.
Against the Batrider mainly, and against Mana Leak. So
but this is such a good move now from Team Secret. Like you're able to get the kill, you get aggressive vision down, and they do what they want to do on top lane. Take out the Tier 1 towers, try and restrict the tower vision and the tower position of Team Liquid. So if the Brood does come out, there's not a quick and easy TP right behind him. And MP is fantastic at bringing down towers. Soon, with the money that they've claimed from this, he'll also pick up his Solar Crest. When this tower goes down, he'll have to cash for it.
This is a max Wex Alacrity, by the way, because that gives a lot of attack speed. Not so much damage, but the attack speed is very nice.
TPing top. YapzOr's coming in behind them. He's got his hook shot available. Shadow Shaman able to get the Mass Serpent Morse down. Doesn't trap in YapzOr with the shackles. Maybe it will be enough. And the silence, it does do its work. MP's arrived. Hasn't spent that money yet, so doesn't have the Solar Crest available. But he'll move in to try and farm up the Mass Serpent Morse. Mind Control by Trat had something to say about this with that jump in. In fact, bomb Kezu dies so quickly, and Broodmother, well, there's not a lot of mana to work with because again they ran into the EMP willingly, Team Liquid. But they're not going to push the tower too heavily.
This is a very high impact build on Brood right now. He went for the Mask of Madness, so he's putting his net worth to use, and this is going to ramp him up even faster. Such a quick farming build. And now into the BKB, that is when things are going to get scary for Secret, and they can't really use their Invoker against it. They still have the Lasso, of course, that they can try to clip him with.
Yeah.
But it's going to get harder for them, and that was a good move from Liquid to find those 2 kills, get that aggressive vision out as well.
I'm waiting for them to Roshan as well. Like you've got a Broodmother running in the mid with Mask of Madness up and running.
And the Medallion, yeah.
And Medallion, like there's so much that allows them just to snipe out Roshan. Even Miracle, like just having him on the front lines for Roshan does the work.
Yep.
But the longer they wait, the more opportunity it is for MP to get in there and take Roshan. Have negative armor of their own. GH, once again, it seems like he is the punching bag of Kezu.
Yeah. He has 7 out of 9 deaths on Liquid. Oh wait, that's wrong. 7 out of 15. That's not how the scoreboard works. That's half the deaths. He's getting found and targeted a lot, and it's a good thing for Secret to keep him down. I think if they could choose, they would have probably rather had a couple of those kills on someone else. But the supports of Liquid are not having that the game. That's where the net worth discrepancy is, because their cores are doing wonderfully.
YapzOr's in trouble. Nice tornado, creating some space here from mid one. YapzOr needs that distance, and the Glimmer Cape from Puppey will do it. But Tubberman wants to fight, but he's blinded up at the moment. Mid one, keeping the cold snap going. Is that fresh? Actually, no. Wu has the gem. It got picked up. It's in the hands of Invoker, who goes down. The gem of True Sight gets lost on the deck. MP's trying to regather it. It's not going to work. It's in the hands of Kezu. They need to keep this gem of True Sight, but now it's Kezu. They're just going from gem carrier to gem carrier. Double kill for Miracle, and now it's up to MP to stand his ground and keep the fight going. He's got the gem. Third gem carrier. This thing's an albatross. Take it and you die. Team Liquid lose 4 heroes. Team Secret lose 4 heroes to Team Liquid.
They have to buy back.
This
This lineup pushes really fast as well. Lifestealer and the Brute can both hit. There's the Insatiable Hunger.
That's money you do not want to have to use right now.
If they don't buy back, they lose this tier 3. Then they will probably hold after that. But losing that tier 3 and opening up the shrines next to Roche will also give Liquid Roshan inevitably. They're going to back out.
Yeah,
Miracle's actually sticking around for a bit. All right.
Ease away.
That's enough.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a big swing at that moment. That's like a 5k swing.
Yep.
That one fight. And it looks scary from Matumba. I don't blame Secret for going for that kill. Matumba was really far out on his own. They had the gem. They just didn't have the damage.
He's got so much life steal. Like, how do you combat that? And now Puppey's gonna die as well. It just went from bad to worse for him. He needed the 4-star in the last fight, but he decided to invest into the gem over finishing his 4-star.
That's what Brute does to you. It's that mental damage. Actively giving the enemy team brain damage over that.
I just love how you've gone from VP smacking their head up against a wall in our first series to the day 2. Now the brain damage which Team Secret are suffering at the hands of Liquid.
It's really hard. It's hard to play this game. I think Secret actually playing very well. I want to commend them on this game. In my mind, this game is so difficult to play, and they've made a lot of good moves, but it just takes one slip up like that to put themselves back in a really bad spot.
Yeah, and then they play recovery. Like mid one had the better lane than anyone thought he was going to. The influence of MP early on was also fantastic. They shut down Mind Control, because Mind Control as well as GH gave them that double kill on the top at the very beginning of the game too. So they've taken the good parts. They at least came up with a plan. Like, they pushed down tier 1 towers. They try and restrict the field of play for Team Liquid.
They played the Quaswex Invoker. They took the steps that they could, and they got the laning that they could, which at the end of the day was not that bad. Like, their laning was fine, to be honest.
Is Kura meant to do this? It's got the Tome of Knowledge sitting in his backpack. I guess, is there a reason to save it beyond level 11?
Kura, read a book, dude. Just read it. This doesn't do anything. I think he just forgot, honestly. He's not noticing, and I was like, oh, I have a book.
It's like, I must have my Sentry Ward to reveal there.
Unless if he wants to save it to just get level 12, and wants to like fool the opposing team to thinking he's level 11. Something like that, like some next level stuff would be the only reason I can see. Okay, now it was definitely a mistake, because now you survive.
Yeah. Mass Serpent was down, right on top of Roshan. And Bristle is in the neighborhood. Roshan's going down not that quickly. The Dream Core's burn, and the fact that mid one's already lost in the mid lane is 100% Team Liquid will now get Roshan. No YOLO YapzOr play.
Roshan's down. I touched an Aegis once.
And they actually had a lot of player deaths in this game. Yeah. 30 already at the 25-minute mark. Harder one to predict.
The rest is going like I predicted. I said Liquid for Roche kills, first blood 0 to 3, and then highest net worth Brood Mother, because this is a Brood game. This is such a Brood game, man.
I'm still wondering if he can end it. Like, you've got the BKB, you've got a wonderful combat thing, but pushing high ground against Team Secret is a pain in the butt. Like, if you get EMP Tornado, like, you're already going to run out of most of the mana for the Brood Mother. Like, this combination is difficult to force the issue against Team Secret when they defend high ground.
Kuro has still not used this book.
Getting triggered?
Yeah, I'm
Blink Last Soap, they found a target up on top. Is Lifestealer pulling him back in. They need a quick kill. Locking him inside the cogs will allow them to fight Miracle, but Miracle, he does so much damage with an extra Crystallis in his inventory. He'll hide inside of Mind Control Tornado, picking them up and down, still able to jaunt away to safety. And Yapsor's already starting his TP out. Matumberman is in the middle of this fight. He knows he cannot stand and live here. Matumberman triggering the BKB. Quick 4-star. Gets mid one a little bit further out. He's got that Rod of Atos. He's waiting for the right time just to pop somebody. And the only casualty of war here for Team Secret was actually Puppy.
And the courier.
Oh, and the
got killed by the tower.
Those things aren't cheap, you know.
Flew in.
Okay. Whoops.
Top tower deserves some
Courier's the book, Toby. Here we go.
Oh wait, did he?
He noticed, I think.
Okay, he's been smarts now.
Yeah. I was starting to wonder, since it had been that long and he had used another item from his inventory, that he simply was doing something that I wasn't aware of, but I think that's... Anyway, let's go mid.
Yeah, Rod of Atos on the Broodmother, trying to hold in there as long as they can. Get that negative armor in. Massive wards triggered out by Kuro in front of the racks. They need to actually focus down onto that racks, but it's only the melee. But Tumberman, Tornado's going to pick him up. Remember, he's got the Aegis Immortal, so he'll come back to life. But no BKB, no insatiable hunger, but they have a miracle moving straight forward. Yapsor, hook shots forward, doesn't actually get the cogs off. It was on cooldown. Rod of Atos is actually slowing down Battle Rider. 4-star was able to pull the Tumberman back in range of Yapsor and MP. The trade-off is a 1-for-1, however. Mind Control went in deep, and GH, successful TP out. Yep, he's able to do that. Who else have they got? It's Mind Control. Not a lot of mana, one charges, he's getting cold. Snapped up, unable to use his blink. The Illuminate's a little bit off target, and now, do they actually see the edge vision? Orbs down, still worried, down south, the Sunstrike, the Illuminate's gonna connect, they know he's there, there's no TP out, this is an important kill if they can get it, because it's their gem of True Sight that they want to reclaim. Mike Troll now heads north after being down south. Mid lane got attacked, and you actually lost your mid racks because Miracle just ran in and took the bloody racks while they were chasing Mind Control Gem up on the top lane.
He juked them for a good 20 seconds there at least. Wow. And
Smoke Vera's distraction.
That was a really good defense though by Secret. That was very nice. The way they combined their spells and set up the defense with the Tornado MP, like you mentioned, they get the right lasso target, the right time. And it was probably a little bit too deep by Matumberman there on the Brood to dive like that. He felt safe. You know, he had Aegis on level 22. He's a really strong hero.
All right, is this Team Secret just saying like, all right, boys, like enough is enough. Hey, we'll have mid one. Actually, mid one can't beat TN. He's got phase boots. There's like 4 heroes grouping up for the mid. Let MP do the pushing. TP is on the way from Team Liquid.
They can bring the Invoker with recall at least, so
that
they
is
will
true.
be able to get it back.
Let's see if the fight comes off. They're smoking up and they're going to wrap around the bottom. There is no vision whatsoever, but the circle which was drawn up from mid one was right on top of where Team Liquid is.
Oh, they're going to find someone here.
Yeah, MP's nearby. Mind Control. Okay.
Oh, maybe not.
They've gone the wrong direction, but obviously they don't see what we see. Or else they would have turned left.
Full on disengaged there. Secret. They just, the moment darkness was popped, they just ran for the hills. GH did get some info there. He saw MP, but doesn't have enough assistance from his team to go for that kind of a kill.
I like the build from MP. Shiva Scars coming up next for him. It's going to be difficult to keep the spiders alive, as well as keep the chase going once the immunity's out for both Lifestealer as well as Broodmother. Not to mention the great armor.
My concern for Secret is still that they don't have enough damage. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Like, maybe you have to go for Shivas here, but who is actually going to kill the heroes in BKB and in Rage? They are going to have a very hard time bringing down anyone.
It could be Invoker, but not for another 10-15 minutes.
Yes.
So they have to survive for that long and get
mid. He is starting a
wins.
Bloodthorn build up on Invoker, or at least an Orchid.
They're going to try and kite it. Like that's what has to happen. You've already got 3 4-stars, mid 1 Yapsor as well as Puppy, and 4 actually. Kezu's got 1 as well. So with all of these 4-stars, then you Rod of Atos, you just have to kite them out while Rage or BKB is triggered. It's the only way they can really do it.
For that to work, Liquid has to want to fight them though. They can just choose to farm. They own more than 3/4 of the map right now with their heroes. Brood can just farm with the spiders while they push up all the lanes. And this is a lineup with Keeper of the Light and Invoker to push waves that just can't get out anymore.
Trapped at home.
Yep, pretty much.
Well, Team Liquid can keep their farm going. Matumberman, he's actually looking for a Bloodthorn of his own. Able to farm very efficiently across the map. Meanwhile, Team Liquid, it's 1 minute 40 seconds until Roshan could potentially spawn for them. Then Aegis the Immortal Cheese to go high ground. What's mind control? So it's just, he's got the Lincoln Sphere coming on the courier. So more ways to counter the initiation of the Bat Rider. They've got the Lotus Orb already up on the Night Stalker. It's so hard for Secret to get initiations. They actually, they have to rely on Liquid to run at them. That's
Pretty much. And they just got the gem on Bat Rider, so maybe they can try to find the Brood that way. But right now, Brood is kind of 5,000 range away from the hero, so that's not really gonna work for now.
This is not what they wanted to have to do. Like KheZu expending his BKB money in order to buy the gem.
Yeah.
But Poppy also needs to complete up more items. He's actually, okay, he just bought a Ghost Scepter to try and survive.
That's one good thing here. There's no diffusals yet on the Dire. Looks like they're not interested in buying them. Lifesteal is going AC, Brood is going Orchid, into Bloodthorn, more than likely. Well, he already has the Bloodthorn Wisp, he has the Chrysalis as well, so the Bloodthorn is not far away for Matumba.
He's gonna hit like a truck, like Daedalus on Miracle. Like he's already hitting like a truck, and the Assault Cuirass. Looks like he only needs the Plate Mail now, the rest of it sitting on the Courier, which is coming out with the Bloodthorn. I'm just trying to look on the bright side for Team Secret, and there isn't much of one. You're 20,000 net worth behind.
It's day.
With no way to really stop, but yay!
That's kind of the upside.
And no darkness for 62 seconds.
They got a 60-second window to try and go.
But no Aghanim Scepter on a Keeper of the Light.
No.
Oh.
If they don't try to go now, then it's going to be harder. In 2 minutes, it's going to be night for 6 minutes.
It's 25k on the experience, girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's something Brood does as well. We talked about how farmed it gets and how good the lane is. His talents are incredible. 25% XP gain, 350 health on level 15, 70 attack speed, and then
level 25 by 35 minutes in.
Yep. XP per minute, right? Oh, that was a kill. Mid one. Found Kuro. The entire team connected up there to get that kill.
Oh, and money. MP, take it at once.
800 XPM on Brood.
Not much good's happening to
Alright, maybe it's going to be the Brood Mother and not the Meepo that everyone thought it was going to be. Who gets that one?
I need a couple more Brood games that go like this, but I could see it happening, for sure.
Oh, mind control. Infest time.
That's for me.
Only you're doing this if you want to go for a gank.
Yeah, they're trying to snipe a kill bottom lane, I think. When this wave pushes in, they're expecting 1 or 2 heroes to just try to defend this wave and then pounce on that. This can go wrong. Secret actually here with good numbers, they're not going to try.
No. At least mid one has the money for the Orchid. He'll have to expend his buyback if he wants it. And they just come to Roshan instead. That'll work. BT's up, Miracle just hitches a ride. So, nice for them. Aegis and Cheese. Miracle's got a slot open. You give it to him just because Matumbaman, like the Aegis. Just because Matumbaman's already pretty invincible.
Matumba takes the cheese. I think the Brood is more susceptible to dying than the Lifesteal. Lifesteal has a lot more armor. But what they're going to do here is they put the Aegis on the hero that's going to siege the racks. They'll send in Lifestealer, he will use Rage, and he will hit the tower. If he gets lassoed, he has a second life, and then Liquid are going to come in storming with all of their team fight.
Oh, blink, lasso. And Aegis the Immortal may not be going to good use. They forced up again, trying to get him in range of the tier 4 towers, and also using that new silence they've found. A Miracle rages up, and maybe he's got enough lifesteal to stay alive. Bristleback turns the back. EMP, no, not following up, just the tornado. But Tuffman had no matter anyway. Cheese is available. Miracle, Aegis the Immortal has burnt. And a lot of that doesn't really count for much now. Team Liquid not getting what they wanted out of it.
Lasso's on cooldown. That's the silver lining here.
That's true.
Now Lifestealer can go in and hit with Rage, and nobody can stop him.
The cogs are there to push him back once it breaks off. Koro puts down the Aghanim Scepter Master. These have to be killed off by Team Secret if they want to continue to fight around their own tower. KheZu stacking everyone up with the gunk. Sticky Napalm. Nice hook shot from Yapsor. Isolating Miracle. He'll fall down with no buyback, but Toman triggers his BKB. But it's a low BKB time now, and already KheZu is on the hunt, trying to keep the vision. Tornado is not going to reach Matumbaman. Tier 3 tower remains alive on the bottom.
Nice kill.
You can already see him coming back to make sure that there is no shenanigans, but the man who did it last time, Miracle, is dead.
That was really well set up. They forced him to use Rage, and then when Rage was on cooldown, the angle for the hookshot was presented to YapzOr, and he just jumped for it. Had a feeling that Rage wasn't going to be ready, and Rage came off cooldown just when Miracle died. Still, though, you know, it's like a bit of both, right? It's great defensive plays by Secret, but honestly also just a little bit sloppy. Liquid send in the Lifestealer alone at first, he gets caught, then he's in the enemy base, wastes the Aegis, has to disengage, and then the second time he gets caught again. So, you know, Liquid can probably just group up as 5, play this one a little bit more tight and a little more disciplined, and they would probably have a second lane of Rax by now. But a little bit of mistakes and maybe overconfidence can cost you a bit. They have a big buffer.
Yeah.
They have so much margin for error right
But
now.
when you have this kind of buffer, every mistake means so much as well. Like, you had an advantage of 22,000 net worth. You get to lose 2,000 just because you've lost one hero.
Yeah. Do you think that Lifestealer's going to die 11 times?
I don't know about that many times. YapzOr's going to look for the hook shot. Too short. Mid one wants to go for more. A quick tornado up. There is phase shift as well as orb. And he's able to do both of those to get away mind control.
I think he would have died if that hook connected, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they had enough in the tank to get him out.
Because it would have been like battery assault and more control.
Yep. It's pretty good damage. Clockwork still deals good damage at this stage of the game when you isolate a hero.
You just need to have a little bit more of a level. Have that level 3 hook shot.
Yep.
As opposed to the 2 he's got.
The angle was good enough, he just didn't have the range. Liquid are going to go again. They don't seem too phased by that mistake they made before. They still have the cheese, I believe, on the Brood. Yes, they do. It's going to run down.
I say at least on this time, hook shot's off cooldown, but it's a low cooldown time. Miracle runs in and goes by tier 3 tower. Liquid Sphere from mind control, helping to protect him. Tornado will fly through, doesn't hit on anybody else. Meanwhile, Matumbaman attacking the top tower with an army of broodlings. It's...
Cod will take care of that. One elimination. Do the trick.
Is it actually enough? Ooh, good money, good money, good money, good money. He managed to get the back hook shot out. They found a target. It's going to be Kuro. Battery assault, making it difficult to really do anything. In fact, MP goes smack bang into the middle of it. Dream call or not, MP's happy to sit in here, and they got the lasso. They got Broodmother dragging Matumbaman back inside the basement, right on top of YapzOr. Matumbaman will just eat everybody alive. Now we'll go for the bigger and more Thistle-y version. MP push Liquid away from that Rax, and Matumbaman can do it again. Back up to the mid, back up to the top. Keep chipping away at the side towers and split the defense of Team Secret. Miracle down to the melee ranks. There's no fortification. MP can't really stop him. Maybe they can get a kill. The Rod of Atos is on mind control. They've got the core spray kicking out. Mind control, where are you going to go here? He jumps down and then tries to orb to the west. I don't know if Bitpon completely worked it out. The Deafening Blast dodged by phase shift. GH still in the middle of this fight. MP, he can't do much. In fact, he's making space being made by GH, and Miracle can finish off the bottom ranks while Matumbaman is taking the top. They're all over him like a hot rash. And I don't know if there's an ointment for Team Secret. MP trapped in with Miracle. The cogs from YapzOr try and create space, but Megas are up for Team Liquid. They have to find something here, Team Secret, because Liquid have taken everything. So Secret locked inside the Dream Call. Tornado, Lee sends Miracle up, back inside of Rage, slows the armor to toggle. GH want to give him a little bit more life. Into the back lines is Matumbaman and Kuro. Mass-Up Mords are there. They drop down a sentry looking for the target, but the Hex is over at MP. Mass-Up Mords hoping for a trap, but the 4-star breaks and free. Matumbaman going after Puppey. Self-glimmers to get back to the tier 4 towers, while MP Shivas slows down Matumba as well as Kuro. The Rod of Atos holds the Broodmother in position, but then cheese and then munch, but not enough munch. And the crunch is actually going to be Kuro's bones to make Secret's bread. But you're megged. Yeah. Upside for Liquid.
Matumba could have got out of there 10 times after Miracle disengaged, I think, but him and Kuro wanted to stick around for some fun.
Go for my master.
Send that message. There's a reason why we're going to be #1 out of the groups. There's a reason why Team Secret.
There's a reason why we're going to be #1 out of the group.
It's the Matumbaman spirit. That's what he was always known for. He would dive when no one else would want to dive.
Man, this game is ugly. And I want to say, you know, you haven't watched this game, you just tuned in and you look at the graph and you're like, wow, Secret got trashed, right? But they actually played well. there's just some games where you're at a really big strategic disadvantage. I think on this stream that of games we've cast, this might be the biggest outpick I've seen. It's either this one or what was the other game we watched? I think it was one of Infamous games.
Yeah,
that was also
the LGD Infamous game.
Yeah, there was an LGD Infamous game that was also pretty difficult. But this one, I think this one takes the cake for me. I really think Liquid did a very good job in tailoring their strategy. They've counterpicked so many elements of Secret's draft that Secret had to play their A game, and they're playing well. It's just, it's not enough. Yeah. They need to. I mean, I don't even know what to say, like what they should have done differently or better, because I'm already impressed with what they managed to do. It's just so hard.
Yeah. They fought valiantly, and now they're mega. They'll keep the defense going until Team Liquid decide to have another crack. This will probably be around Roshan, who spawns up in possibly 40 seconds. But Tavama now has evasion to add to the mischance he's giving off. So he's got the Butterfly and the Radiance together with the Bloodthorn. So this Broodmother is beyond a beast. And the sustain from MP just, it's not going to be enough. Like, at least can reposition. Team Secret can still try and play the kite game, but there's only so much you can kite between a team or a tower as well as, okay, Miracle, what are you doing down there?
Like, what's happening? What is this?
What is he doing down there?
What? He's like 1 on 5 in the enemy base. I don't know what's going on.
Like, the Brood's not even looking to fight that.
We still come back to the same problem with the Bristleback, though, right? You're saying he can probably still stay alive. It's going to be hard. Yeah. Liquid aren't hitting him. And just pretending he doesn't exist. Yeah. They're going
That's why he's trying to force it. Like, he's trying to get an Abyssal Blade, so at least he can...
It does
like,
deal damage, man.
Yeah, but he might be able to stun up the Broodmother when she's trying to insatiable hunger. I suppose that duration is 14 seconds, so okay, yeah.
I mean, it's still a good item. It's not that. Like, a lot of the times, Abyssal is the choice here for Bristleback. It's a good item. It's just like... Who's going to kill the heroes if they actually go in together, right? Yeah, if they isolate them one by one like this, then sure. But
it's got to be. I say it's got to be mid-1, but he's basically always forced into cross work. Now it's Mind Control, who is 1 on 5 in exactly the same position Miracle was. Nice hook shot from Yamsol. They can keep the stuns going. He can't orb away the Gem of True Sight. Now picked up by Team Secret and Liquid. I don't know. It's like food for the poor right now. They've opened to the kitchens.
Did I have any one of them in my fantasy team? I don't think so. They're just farming fantasy.
No one will be using Liquid or Secret in the fantasy team. They only have one series.
Oh, this is their only one?
Yeah, so it's like, unless they play 6 tie-breaking matches, you're not going to get your value out of either of these teams.
Unless Liquid somehow lose this game, they're not even playing a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or they could technically be tied for first, but I don't think that game gets played. I think it's about heads-up scores between Liquid and LGD, which might be a draw. Then I don't know what they do after that. But, yeah. Well, Secret staying alive. They keep finding these kills that Liquid want to get them.
And the more it happens, hey, there's Lotus Orb starting to appear over on Team Secret. One good fight, and they could potentially counter-push.
They still have to get through tier 2s, Toby. It's...
I'm looking on the bright side of life right now. Like, I'm Monty Pythoning the crap out of this stuff. Like, right now, Team Secret are being crucified, and they're like, you know what? There's a way down from this.
The biggest upside I can think of is that they do have Invoker. So if they somehow magically manage to delay this game far enough, he is probably the best hero in this game, in ultra late game.
They're turning him into a DPSer. Like, I've seen that Hurricane Pike being...
about it.
And now he's been having it for the last 5 minutes, but now he changed his mind.
TOSHIBA?
He's changed his mind to Shiva's God.
Yeah, well, if they're just playing defense duty and they think they can hold for a very long time, they can maybe get the damage items later.
But it's also like the BKB's getting lower. Even getting something like a Scythe of Vice. Like, the control from that may be a nice option too.
That's a Lotus Orb on the Night Stalker. Yeah, Hex is not what it used to be. It's hard to use that item. There is one on Mind Control, actually, in this case, but he's also not playing against any Lotus right now.
You've got one. It's on Poppy.
Oh, there's one?
And there's a second one being built up by Yapsol.
Yeah, they're mainly getting it for that Hex. For the Hex and for the Night Stalker side. It's a... Hex is definitely not as good as it used to be because of Lotus Orb, because of Force Staff, and overall the build-up of it is very expensive and very slow for this patch. It's hard to use it.
Bristles.
I don't think that's good.
Bristle's not going to go for it. He's going for Mjolnir. So looking for his attack damage. Also, obviously, the Lightning Shield. Team Liquid now have Refresher Orb, Aghanim set to Shadow Shaman wards.
It's time to end with style here.
Yeah,
I think.
And they're going to smoke and come in. So prepare yourself, Secret. The Warriors be coming.
Swarm is coming. Brood with Illus, a billion Serpent wards, Aegis and Cheese.
And they just have to Illuminate spam,
Toby,
try and keep him out.
This is the defense that they don't make. This is the whole thing.
I don't want to hear that negativity from you, Cinderin. Here comes your Illuminate mind control. Jumping in, he's got the Life Stealer inside of him. The Dream Colt already going to break the mid one's back. Batonman attacking into the tier 4 towers. Mass Serpent Wars #1, Mass Serpent Wars #2 with a hook shot from Yamsor, finding Kuro, but that's so many wards, so much damage. Miracle, he has the Agency model, they'll Abyssal Blades on him up and drag him into the fountain. That's the way you win a TI. Take the cause into the fountain. Miracle, he's going to actually have the Agency model pumped. The tier 4 towers are falling. MP, too much damage from the Mass Serpent wards, and now Miracle alive once more. MP will die. Buy back it up, but already GG. The fort and Team Liquid in style take game 1.
It's like artillery barrage of Serpent Wars just standing there. Oh, yeah. I mean, what are you gonna do? I think that's just one of those games where when the game is over, Secret are like, you know what, guys, we